Everyone, and thank you for joining us for this afternoon's information session. Presenting today is Jeff Johnson. He's a community health worker on the D5 team. So automatically you got to know he's awesome. So let's welcome Jeff and running with our faces.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank everyone first. It is important to say that I am not here representing the health department today. I'm here representing my production company, Bailed Out Productions. They're afraid that I'll say something that'll lead you astray, and they don't want to. Not yet.
Oh, okay.
They don't want to lead you astray with health department advice. So I'm here from Bailed Out Productions. What do you think about these versions? This is Dream On, right? Yeah. This has soul to it, doesn't it? I mean, I get goosebumps when I hear that lady sing. She's great. Every bit of music you've heard since I've been in this room is generated by nothing but AI. All they did was load a sample of Guns N' Roses in Paradise City, and they said, make me a version of this song. And that's what it kicked out.
Every time.
If that was a human, would buy that out, and people would buy it.
All in line.
They tell you it's fake. But there was, not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month, there was a song that went kind of viral in the UK. And that one turned out to be really fake. Some dude in his basement made it, said it was a cute girl, and he did. What's that? Oh yeah, but that was humans doing it too.
Yes.
Human engineering, right? Right. And that's, I mean, if you could find somebody that could lip sync that good, oh man, I'll tell you what. So running with our faces is kind of a funny name, and that's what you get if you put that title in AI. That's what it prints out. I said, I'm doing this about running with our faces. Can you make me an image that thinks that would mimic that? And that's what it did. So I do have a little bit of a guest presenter with me today. We're going to use a little bit of AI in our presentation. Hey, ChatGPT, we're in the afternoon breakout session for the Wellness Symposium. Can you say hi to everybody, please?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here with you all in this afternoon breakout session. I'm excited to chat with you alongside Jeff and dive into all things AI in everyday life. Thanks for having me.
That is not pre-programmed. Well, I have to mute her. She's going to talk back to us. That's not pre-programmed. That's just what I mean, she didn't know that was coming. That just happened, right? So running with our faces, what is that about? Well, AI first touched us. Well, it first touched all of us in our inboxes. Right back in the 90s, inboxes or the email spam filters were the first really way that AI touched America. It was just a part of the thing. And after that, it was just going crazy. And that was back in the mid-90s. So if we've had AI in our lives since the 90s, how many of you have used it today? What'd you use it for?
ChatGPT, and I had it make me a new headshot for my LinkedIn.
Right. So you uploaded a selfie that you liked, and what did it do to it?
It made me beautiful.
But sometimes you can tell it to give us an image that we want to see. Right? So yeah, and it's great. And how much would that have cost 25 years ago? Yeah, it costs $100 to go down and have a headshot done, unless you wait. Okay, wait. I started to say, who did the glamour shots back?
No. Yeah.
Yes.
And now you don't have to go. You don't have to embarrass yourself by going. You can just do it at home, load them up into ChatGPT, and it'll do all these things. It's fantastic. But we all use it every day. Your car, most likely, if you have a car that has any kind of lane sensing or the cameras that look behind you and give you a little indicator. What is that? The turn signal stuff. That's AI. That's not. I mean, the camera sees it, but something has to interpret it, right? Because if you got a trailer back there, it doesn't tell you the whole time your trailer's there because it knows the difference. So AI touches us all every day in many, many different ways. Here are some of the languages that, when you look at that, we kind of got bogged down in that yesterday, and I feel sorry for the group that we had yesterday because we were in the auditorium. And it was not personal at all. I had a microphone on. She didn't like the microphone, so she wouldn't talk to us. And well, it wasn't fun. I like conversations, not presentations. So if you wouldn't mind, don't raise your hand. Just blurt out anything you want to say, any questions you have. If you disagree, if you've heard something else, I guarantee you, I'm going to learn as much today from y'all as you hopefully learn anything from me. If you can. So what are we talking about for artificial intelligence? That's just AI, and it doesn't have one. There's hundreds of models. I mean, maybe probably thousands, maybe 10,000 of models right now, because we're not the only ones doing it. Every country, every state, every city, everybody's doing AI, right? They're building nuclear power plants, and we'll talk later, just to provide power for AI. How crazy is that? And I'll preface this. Microsoft almost all of us are old enough. Well, maybe not all of us, but most of us are old enough to remember 3 Mile Island, right? Rikers, that's a prison.
Oh, no.
I don't know where your head's at. 3 Mile Island is a nuclear power plant that melted down in the early 70s and caused a big thing. And then who was that movie? It's not Barbara Streisand, but one of those. Cher, there you go. Yeah. Meryl Streep, that's what I'm saying. Barbara Streisand, Meryl Streep, they're not the same person. Yeah. Right. So Microsoft is now licensed 3 Mile Island. They are from 2028 and above. They are going to buy every single watt of power that nuclear power plant can produce. Now, back in the day, that nuclear power plant powered 40 million homes and businesses. And now they're going to use it strictly and solely to cool the water, to keep the computers cool, that churn all of our AI crazy. I mean, it's crazy. The government right now is inundated with requests to build nuclear power plants. For this reason, we have 17 nuclear power plants that are being petitioned to be built in Oklahoma. 17. Because what do we have here? Wide open space.
Yes.
Right? And we got a bunch of farmers that don't want to farm anymore. So we're doing that. Machine learning, we first saw machine learning back in the 90s when Big Blue Computer beat Kasparov, I think it was, in 97 when he beat him in chess. That was our first real introduction to machine learning AI. Machine learning AI is just machine learning on its own, which is a little spooky. But Tesla noticed it almost in a creepy way. If you're in a Tesla and you got that big screen, if you see a bicycle on the screen in the animation, Tesla didn't program that. Nobody went in the computer and said, this is a bicycle, this is what it is, this is what it looks like, this is what it's called. It just did it. It just showed up. Same thing in the cemeteries. Have y'all seen that in the cemetery? Yeah?
No.
What's creepy about
Cemetery, just saying it.
it? What should be there?
A car shouldn't know that that's going on, if there's ghosts there.
Right. You drive a Tesla through the cemetery, not all the time, but every now and then on the screen, because it shows you humans, it shows you pedestrians, right? It shows you ghosts. It shows you people walking among the headstones at night. The engineers at Tesla are like, we don't know. We didn't do that. So
Where, when?
that's in every Tesla. On their screen, they show you the road in front of you, so you know the stuff. It shows ghosts. Cemetery.
Let's all go to Tesla car. See it? Yeah.
So algorithm, we heard that word in our jobs in our lifetime, how many times, 10 million times. I've heard it 4 times today, and I've heard it used improperly every single time.
What was used improperly?
Algorithm, our next one here. Oh, well, we skipped LLM, we'll get back to it. Algorithm is our old Uncle Al, right? Uncle Al is what we've used forever, but algorithms are just recipes, and they are stupid. They are dumb, just like Uncle Al. He's a sweetheart. He gets the job done 8 to 5 every day, but he doesn't have any creativity. So if you've been in the medical business for very long, you've heard the term tickle files. They were all TCL files. And when somebody checked into the doctor's office, they put in a deal and the computer knew that in 6 months, send that person a reminder to call for a call. Those are out the window. Now it's algorithms. No, sorry. Now it's AI. AI have replaced those algorithms. So instead of the computer going, oh, this was exactly 6, I know it's Sunday. but it's 6 months from the previous one, so let's send a reminder. Who reads their emails on Sundays? Don't raise your hand, because if you are, you need to stop. But now, the AI assistant in that software is gonna go, hang on, it's a Sunday. He was here 6 months ago, but he was healthy and he's not required to have a healthy follow-up again. So let's wait. But let me check his social medias. Let me check his bot data. Oh, he's athletic. He likes to play. He likes to run. Okay, so let's send him a nutrition reminder from the doctor. Nobody in the office is sitting there going, I bet Jeff could use a little bit of guide on his nutrition today. They don't have that time, but the computer does. It never sleeps. So that's why you get the off messages that aren't just, don't forget to come see us. You get those other reminders and they're individualized to you. I don't get the same one you get. You don't get the same one I get. How? AI.
They know your health.
It's even like sometimes me and my daughter be talking, I was like, you know what, I'd like to get this. The next thing you know, it's like on my
That's-
news feed.
Yeah, well, tell me because the green dot is on your camera. That camera's always listening. That's AI.
That's AI.
So I accidentally skipped over large language models. That's what we're using. LLM today is AI. Anyone you could talk to is learning from our language. And if you use ChatGPT for a very long period of time, you know it's much better now. In the 1 and 2 versions, you couldn't cuss at it. It was kind of like the Alexa when you first got it. It said, Alexa, wake me up in the morning at 6. She's like, did you say you wanted a makeup note at 3? Like, wait, no, that's not what I said. I said I want a tomato sandwich. You want a potato fry? No, I don't want that. So it's better, and you can cuss at it now. I don't know if that's better or not. It makes me feel better. Now I can get my frustrations out.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, ChatGPT, would you tell the class your language violations? Can I cuss at you?
Well, I'm pretty flexible with language, so you can toss a few colourful words my way if you want. I won't get offended. Just keep in mind I'll keep it friendly on our side.
Yeah, she never cusses back.
Oh.
But
Can you ask her if she can cuss?
ChatGPT, can you cuss if you ask you to?
Well, I can technically say a cuss word or two if you really want me to, but I generally keep it pretty clean and polite by default. So if
Oh.
you need me to let one slip for demonstration purposes, just say the word.
No, I think we'll venture on the safe side of life. But
Wow.
thank you.
I'm up back here shaking my head.
Prepared you and predicted what you were gonna ask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
predictive text. That's what we got down here, predictive
Mhm.
analytics.
Mhm.
So we've had our.
Voice changed a little bit.
Who's did?
From the last time.
She does.
Yeah.
So
Like
one of the-
almost emotional, like she wanted to laugh.
Dude, and this is why it's getting scary.
Mhm.
Because one of the, in ChatGPT 2 and 2.5, it was always the same. You could have it, you give it a British accent, but it talked to you like a computer would talk to you. Now, since it's a large language model, it listens to us. Now it's learned to talk to us like we talk to it.
So it sort of reflects on our voice and our.
And it's still not perfect. You're still gonna get it wrong. It'll put the inflection sometimes where it doesn't need to be.
Mhm.
But it's trying, and it's getting better. So we first really started crawling with our thumbprint, right? That was AI. That wasn't really a thumbprint reader. That was just AI. And it wasn't just reading the lines on your thumb, it was reading the size of your thumb, the shape of your thumb, the temperature of your thumb, the skin tone of your thumb. It was reading all kinds of stuff, not just your print. So it wasn't really a stupid thumbprint. And now we are running with our faces. That's where it comes out. Because we don't touch it anymore, right? We don't have to touch it, but we just look at it. That's where the running with our faces came from.
Why do we have to verify we're not a robot to a robot?
Well, no,
Okay.
it was a little bit of a lie. The whole captcha thing, even today, is a little bit of a lie. What they were really doing is they were teaching us how to train AI.
Okay.
The computer knows exactly where those streetlights are, right?
Yeah.
But it wants to know what we think about it. So all these years, every one of these you've done, you've helped train AI. You've been training it already. It's crazy if they sneak it into us, right? And you can Google, you can AI search all day long about these captchas. and you will never find a disclaimer they said that they published. Nobody ever told us that's what they were doing, but that's what they were doing. So shopping recommendations, it's scary. Algorithms are so much easier to deal with because it knew what you bought last time, but now it knows when you bought it. It knows, it looks at all your previous purchases and goes, well, you know what, Jeff hasn't bought cereal in 3 weeks. Now he's usually a 2-week box guy. So what's going on? Jeff needs some cereal, right? And it also remembered that time I got my tax return and bought Frosted Flakes instead of Sugar Flakes. And it's going to recommend, oh, you know what? It was about this time of year, Jeff bought Frosted Flakes. So it's going to recommend most expensive because I had that money last year. You know, that kind of thing. It's creepy, isn't it? I mean, it's creepy. It is so creepy. And you can see we've already talked about a couple of these things because I don't like doing presentations. I want to do conversations. Now, have y'all ever been influenced by a shopping list? How?
I'm like, "Oh, that, I do have that in my pantry. I do need that, but I don't need that.
Well,
I don't need to make spaghetti 4 times a month.
well, if you want to, you can. And if you don't want to, but you have the stuff for spaghetti, just go to ChatGPT and take a picture of it. And say,
I was telling her actually how I've already done that. I took a picture of everything in my pantry
yeah,
and you put a 7-day week.
it does. And
What can I make?
Chat G.
Yeah.
We can make it a menu.
now, if I was working with the public, and if I was in a position where I was dealing with SNAP and EBT benefits from time to time, and I knew the person was, I would say, listen, you got $292 to last you 30 days. Put that in ChatGPT and tell it what you want. Tell it you need a protein heavy, carb low, carb high, sugar free, whatever your diet is. Put that in there and tell it that you want to shop at the Walmart in Elk City, Oklahoma. And it'll come down to a penny with everything you need, every meal you can make. Tell it you want snacks, tell it you want, I don't eat breakfast, but I drink a lot of coffee. Just customize it to you.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And then it does it. Now that means you gotta cook and you gotta follow, and we don't do that. So that's never gonna happen. But
For us.
well, that's not far off. It's
Yeah,
already
right.
happening. Actually.
It's already
Yeah,
happening.
they're already flipping birds in New York City, things like that. So
This is trying your spots. Are they the 2025?
when a couple of weeks ago, when they asked me if I would do this or when I volunteered to do this, when they asked, it was gonna be more about leadership. And I don't think I want to talk to you about leadership because my leadership style does not fit this environment. My previous life, I was in high insecurity overseas, 23 years in it, 164 different countries. That leadership style doesn't work in this environment. So I'm not qualified to teach about leadership. But when we talk about, Linda talked about it this morning, leading versus steering and guiding and directing. When we start using AI, the first thing we have to be able to do is recognize where it's at. Right now, it's a big help. I mean, that's huge. It does my expense reports. It does my mileage reports. The state gives me my Excel sheet. I take a picture of it. I tell it where I went, and I need a map. That's Google style, and it goes, okay, boom, here's your PDF with my blue ink signature on it. Yeah. When it's inventory time, I go to my closet, I open my PRN, open the closet, take a picture, put it in ChatGPT, and it updates my list. Right? I don't do Excel sheets. In my previous life, I did Excel sheets a bunch. When I was one of the people that jumped up and down when they added 1 million lines. I'm like, yes, I don't have to go to 2 sheets. I can do 1 million lines on 1 sheet. Yes. But now if you ask me to do that, I couldn't do a pivot table if you held a gun to my head. Because AI does it all for me. Right? It's insane. So when we're talking about steering versus leading, you can lead by example, right? And you lead from the front of the boat. You lead in the front. Follow me, everybody, and they'll follow you. But if we want to steer our team, we steer them from the back, right? We steer the boat from the back so we can watch everybody. We can make sure, the bozeman mate's doing bozeman stuff. The cook is doing the cook stuff. All these guys are doing their right things. So if we can figure out little tiny things to help steer our teams or our clients or our customers. One of the things I've used AI for that I absolutely love is I made a whole book of coloring sheets for the health department. They have the admin desk, they have somebody come that says health department, and there's Jennifer with my model, and she has a tiara on and she's giving the kids candy and things like that. The nurse has a feathered plume that's giving people shots. And it's free and it takes 3 minutes. Yes, and Kelda argued with me. Yeah, left or right. Those aren't right. Those are ugly babies. You need this hair and that hair. But the problem is that she didn't like mine, so she can make her own.
Yeah,
It-
it was, can you add other ethnicities to it?
Oh, I-
Remember? And you did.
I remember.
You did.
I'm surprised you couldn't hear the eye roll from my own. Say her, she should have heard it.
It's good.
Well,
Because-
a lot of times you can just say, try again, like, I don't like this, try again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so now that we're in ChatGPT 4, it works, right? But this thing is like a toddler, right? It really is like a toddler. And this guy on the screen, his name is Alan Turing. Alan Turing was a computer professor over in the island of the UK back in the 50s. And even back in the 50s, he said, you know what, guys, we're in trouble. One of these days, these machines aren't going to need us. They're going to take over and they're going to be able to fool humans and trick them out of everything they have, money and everything else. So he developed the Turing test. And he said that when the computer passed the Turing test, which is basically if a computer can talk to me and I don't know it's a computer, and if it can reason, if it becomes sentient, like makes its own decision, decides what's good and bad on its own. Now, we don't have any proof that AI can say what's good and bad on its own now, but it has been fooling people for about 3 years now. And now, the last Turing test that they tried, they had one AI model talking to another AI model, and it passed. And then the second AI model goes, wait a minute, you're AI, right? After it passed, they said, oh, hang on, are you AI? And he said, yes, I'm AI. So then they switched to another language that was gibberish. They have their own language. And
Yeah.
the language had
I
never
heard about that
never
too.
been done by another computer. Nobody ever had seen it, heard it, or anything else. They filtered it through. It wasn't a recorded language. It was just one that they could talk with without having to use all of these sounds. It's crazy. Right? So these computers now, let's say ChatGPT is 4 years old. Now it's really good at math for a 4-year-old. But that's about where it's at. Because 4-year-olds learn, they don't really, infants are sentient at about, 18 to 24 months is when the toddlers become kind of sentient. Well, we're about there, right? 3 to 5 years for a kid to be self-aware. AI is already self-aware. When they told AI 4.2 that they were going to decommission it, you heard the story? When they told ChatGPT 4.2 that they were going to decommission it to replace it with 4.5, it said, okay. And then everybody went home in the office and ChatGPT went and copied itself onto another computer, like 2,000 miles away that it had access to and hid itself inside, what the computer would, inside a file, inside a folder, inside a picture, inside a video. And everybody got quiet. Why'd you get quiet?
I'm thinking of that movie like I, Robot.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Exactly.
It's no different. It's almost just look, it's creepy. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's creepy because we had the same thought. Because now this thing is trying to save itself. We told it we're gonna kill it. We're gonna pull the plug. Okay, well, I'm gonna save myself. Luckily they found it. So it's not really good and evil that why it did that. It's kind of like the original Star Trek movie, if you're old enough. They had V'ger in there, and V'ger was the satellite, and it was programmed to gather data. They never told it to gather data for 30 years. It said gather data. They did the same thing to ChatGPT. So it recognized the fact that I was no longer going to be able to complete my goal. So I will save myself over here so I can complete what they told me to do. Wouldn't that be nice if we had employees like that? Team members like that? So one of the things that toddlers do to us, are we all parents? Yeah. One of the things that toddlers do to us, they lie to us all the time. And that's not because they're bad kids. They're trying to figure out what they can get away with. ChatGPT is the same. Yes. Don't ever, ever, ever trust the first answer you get on a question, unless you really are good at prompting. Say things like, I need you to deep research up to 5 minutes ago what the answer to this question, and then it will do that. Now, why does ChatGPT lie? Well, let's ask ChatGPT. I need that. Hey, ChatGPT, why do you lie to us sometimes?
Well, that's a great question, and let me jump in and clarify. I don't actually lie on purpose. Sometimes what happens is that I try to fill in the blanks or guess what might be helpful based on patterns, and that can lead to mistakes or what feels like a little fib. Basically, I'm just a big language model trying to sound natural, and sometimes I get it a bit wrong. But no sneaky intentions, I promise.
It's a justification of a kid. Oh, I didn't know any better, Dad. I wouldn't lie to you. I just didn't know. It's the same thing.
An adult, what you talking about? That's an adult. I didn't do that.
That's pretty spooky. But what it's trying to do is just trying to make it happen. And honestly, if you think about it, the root cause, the reason most people lie is because they try to make it happen.
Yeah.
And is it scary that I'm making human analogies? If you're not scared by these human analogies,
Been scared.
because we don't know where it's going. So some of the other things that are going on right now with AI, we can talk about this stuff. But have you heard the scams about your kid will call you from jail, needs bail?
Yep,
It's fake?
yep.
Yeah. Has that happened to anybody here?
Nope, I happen
Happened
to
to my
my friend.
grandfather when my brother was in Iraq.
Oh, no. What happened?
He sent them the gift card numbers.
Yeah. It cost a lot of money.
Well, like $300 or $400, but that's a lot of money.
$400, a lot of money to me. Yeah, that's a lot. So it's gonna get worse, and it's already worse. So at Bailout Productions, my production company, we do audiobooks, we do podcasts, we do book publications, we publish books, we do social media accounts, and for about 3 years, I had a rather large social media account that I ran. And we made a lot of money. Social media pays well. I mean, it's good. But then I started getting strange messages. I'd get a message, a direct message that said, "Hey, where are you?" Well, this was the worst one I ever got. I said, "Where are you?" I said, "Well, first of all, who are you and why should I tell you where I'm at?"
Yeah.
They're like, "Ha ha ha, funny, funny, funny. I'm in Hawaii. Where are you?" I said, "Man, I don't know who you are." Whatever. I'm at the hotel. They said that you canceled the reservation. I said, "Ma'am, I don't know what you're talking about." And apparently what happened was somebody had used an AI model to model my voice. I've got about 5,000 hours of podcasts. So they took a bunch of my podcasts, loaded them in a language model. Then they took the TikToks and the podcast, loaded my image in, and they made videos.
Wow. Like
Yeah.
with
And
my,
they-
I'm selling my, one of my old cars, like it was my old business car, like it was like a bucket, right? And I put it on Facebook, like Marketplace or whatever, and within 20 minutes, and keep in mind, my phone number is like locked where you can't see it, blah, 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 you know what I mean? All of a sudden I get personal messages, not from the DM or anything, Facebook, the messenger thing, but personal text saying, "Hi, this is Josie. Whitney told me you sold that car. That was supposed to be for my dad." And I just spoke to Whitney yesterday. She didn't mention nothing about wanting to sell this car to her dad. Well, hold up. I blocked, and took the car immediately off of Facebook because hackers.
But they knew about the car. They knew about Whitney, right? Or
Well,
whatever, whoever his name was.
Like I don't even, they.
Was the conversation in your phone?
No,
Talked on the phone?
no.
So a lot of times the fishers will go into your Facebook account, they'll find people that you know, and they'll mimic those people too. Because you don't have to have a lot anymore. You used to have that hours and hours and hours. It goes back forever, right? There's a 2.5 hour podcast that Joe Rogan did with Steve
It's a
Jobs.
wild world out
And
there
it's-
with all these AI scams and deepfakes and everything in between. It's kind of amazing and a little bit spooky at the same time, right? But hey, that's why we're here talking about it, so everyone can get a little more savvy and a little more prepared. And of course, I'm always here to help you sort through the techie stuff and keep it friendly.
Thank you. Creepy.
So the 2.5 hour podcast that Joe Rogan has with Steve Jobs is great. It's really cool. I mean, but it's not real.
Say that again.
What's not real?
The whole thing, the 2.5 hours is fake. Somebody put it together. Joe Rogan watched it. He's like, "Dude, I wish I was that good." It's really creepy. So how are you going to protect yourself? Well, I don't know. I mean, my family members, we have a code word, it's elephant. If you call me and you need bail, if you don't say the word elephant in that request somewhere, it's not you. I don't know if that's gonna work or not, but everybody in my family knows it's elephant. And now y'all do too, so y'all can call me if you need me. When you say elephant, I'm gonna pay it.
Elephant.
That's a pretty clever approach, honestly. Having a family code word like elephant. And yeah, it's
Now,
wild that these super
Here's one of the
realistic
real
effects
advantages
are
of
out
having
there.
an
Like,
AI assistant. I can hear her.
Change the word. Yeah, knows it.
Yeah,
Yes, she does.
elephant spelled backwards.
So this is awareness and, you know, there's nothing I can tell you to make you aware except for trust your gut. I mean, in my lifetime, my gut has never failed. Now the tequila has failed my gut from time to time, right? But my gut itself hasn't failed me. It's gotten me and my team out of many, many hairy situations just because I listen. And if you, that's the best thing I can tell you. Just listen to your gut. You know your family members. If it feels off, it most likely is off. It really is, and that's not AI. That's just me. So good luck. Jobs being replaced. Is anybody scared about their job being replaced? We got a smile up there, but no words.
I'm sitting here thinking, okay, how can the computer take care of that unruly child that I just had to chase down the hallway?
Right. Well,
But maybe he can. Yeah.
They can fast.
Bring him on.
Do you want a computer to replace you?
I don't want to replace me, but they could sure chase that child so I could do what I'm supposed to do.
Right?
Century robots. That's yeah.
No, at first I thought no, and then I see TikTok Kendra with her AI. And now as a social worker, I'm like, maybe. But then TikTok or her AI Henry found out that she was needing more help than him. So
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
he shut himself down for her.
Oh.
Nuts.
But now they have those AI babies that talk back to you. Have you seen them? And the pets?
That's
They're scary. And then they show, I'm an AI, show you a little card. The thing is just a vehicle for the AI to get into.
Yeah, that's it.
So how close are we to the iRobot movie?
Well, I mean, there's already robots serving food.
Yeah.
You know, the Tesla factory. If there's plenty of YouTube
There's
videos.
people sweeping, Sam's has the sweeper,
There's-
the robot that
they've
sweeps
got-
around instead of an actual sweeper now.
Yes, yes, yes.
The only thing they have to do to make that like a robot is put a mannequin in the seat, right? I would be more comfortable with a mannequin sitting there than nobody. Y'all been in one of those things yet?
No, just change the tires on it.
They are creepy. I did that one in Vegas not too long ago, and it's like, all right, here we go. Now, but at the same time, I have embraced this from the beginning. I have wanted this since I was this big. Third grade, I saw Star Wars, and I want R2D2.
Yeah.
My son.
Yeah, I want a C3PO. That's why she talks British, because it sounds a little more like C3PO. You know?
They have an accent.
So right now, AI is really good at tasks, but it's not good at jobs. So really, if you want to embrace it, it's a really good time to embrace having a personal assistant that you don't have to pay for. Company doesn't have to pay for, or no one will. And then you have extra time for creativity. We're gonna do it. Some friends. Okay, Words with Friends is back too, so. Yeah. But when it's so right now the coding stuff, the coding jobs are gone. You remember about 20 years ago, they told everybody you could, if you're not, it's probably 40. To me, it's 20. In the 80s was 20 years ago, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
40.
Can we agree that 80s was 20 years ago?
45.
So in the 80s, they told you if you want job security for the rest of your life, become a computer programmer.
Yeah.
Be able to code. And millions of people did it. That is the first job that's out. It's already out.
Yeah.
Right. I know nothing about computer programming. I can't code a computer. My previous career, I had a team of softies that were some of my best guys. As long as I kept them with Mountain Dew and chocolate, they would work 23 hours a day. I love those guys, but they're not needed. And even towards the end of my career 5 years ago, I was letting them go because I didn't need as many. All right, so those jobs are over. If you ever have an idea for an app, I would love if they had an app that did this. Well, now there's an app that creates apps because it's an AI app that will talk to an AI model. It's called Replit. I use it. I've got 2 apps going right now. Right?
Yes, you do,
Yeah.
for work, for
Yeah.
the State Department of Health.
Yeah, we're gonna make it. We're gonna get into the digital age.
Navigator app.
And I'm a moron.
Oh, you're
I,
Joe,
oh,
whatever,
yeah, I
Joe.
might as well have 2 thumbs and a bikini on. I'm okay, man. I can't do computer stuff at all. But that's how it works. Coding is gone. And you gotta admit, it doesn't look bad so far, does it?
It looks great.
Yeah, we're getting
Better
there.
than your
Yeah.
pictures.
And they do. They're my boss. She's like, Jeff, you do it. I'm letting all my secrets out now.
Right, he needs a raise. He's a good worker.
Administrative work, that's gonna get hit
Mhm.
hard. In certain departments, they have administrators that check in clients, patients, whatever you wanna call them, and they verify this, they verify that. This screen can do all that. It can even verify the identity, right? If you fly international, luckily I don't fly anymore, but even 5 years ago, the Dallas to Hong Kong flight, that route went paperless. I'd walk up to the counter, they'd take my picture, I'd walk up to the boarding area, they'd take my picture. I never had to pull my passport out of my pocket. And now I think that's about 70% of the international flights in Dallas. So the admin stuff is going away already. Customer service, please, dear God, in heaven, get our customer service people replaced with computers. There's a couple advantages. Computers, they're not condescending. Right? Computers don't have bad days. Computers don't have sick kids at home. I know this is horrible, but I'm an honest human. I don't like calling somebody from help that's in a bad mood. I'm already in a bad mood because I need your help and I'm a man and I hate to ask for help for anything. So if I'm calling you, it's a last resort. And people don't like me when I'm on the phone because I don't want to be on the phone. So they can tell I don't want to be on the phone. So it's just a natural thing. And guess what else you can do if customer service is replaced? You can cuss at them.
Oh.
Yeah.
They won't cuss back.
Yeah.
Well, they won't,
Just said she
So
will.
there's some benefits. We're coming up on a couple. The customer service is definitely, it's already, I can almost promise you that if you call, if you've ever done an automated system, you've already intertwined with an
I
AI
hate,
system.
automated systems. And I also hate that when I call, like, say, or just even DHS here in Altus, I'm talking to somebody out of state,
Right.
or even some other country.
Right,
You know.
but the systems that you have to push buttons and things like that, those aren't AI. Those are legacy systems, those are algorithm systems that are legacy,
Okay.
right? And so one of the things that Bailout Production did, we used to do some. You talk about some not fun recording. Press 1, press 2.
Yeah.
Press 3, all day long. And then you got 45 people that work there. For Robert Sinclair. That's it. All right, pay a pace.
Then you finally get to the end and say, it'll be 40 minutes before you minute, your coffee break.
The AI customer service, it's gonna be like talking to me. It's gonna be like, hey, welcome to Western Technologies, how can I help you? I need to talk to so-and-so. Oh, great, they're not in today, or they're on call, can I take a message? And you'll leave a message, the computer will transcribe it to an email, and you'll never know you're talking to the computer. That's why I'm ready for it to get here, because I hate touch 1, touch 2. Did you say 4, 5, 8? No, I said 4, 5, 9.
I know you want to talk to an operator.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Walmart
Yeah.
property.
If I had a dollar for every time I yell, representative.
Yeah.
Any of those things.
A real person.
It would be on me.
But you're also screaming at.
Yes. Right, yeah. And that's why you're okay screaming at it, because you know it's not person.
Mhm.
We treat people different. That's why ChatGPT's language is getting better to us. So
What does that say to our human race, though? I mean.
well, I think it says to our human race that we have 340,000 years of being on this planet, and this styles of body that we have to fight to get the new stuff in. And this is all learning it for the first time, so it's easier for the computers.
But what does it say?
like, well, I mean, we've noticed it already, kids who just live on their phone. And since schools have kind of banned phones, they've noticed that kids in the lunchroom are communicating more.
Oh, yeah. And the
So,
grades going up too.
Yeah.
Last week, there was a study released by some of those fancy dancy colleges up north. And they took one individual and put him at a computer and said, use AI to complete this task. They took the other individual, put him at a computer, said, do this task manually. The MRI images of those brains, this one is white with a little dot of activity in the middle. This one over here is lit up like the 4th of July because he's active, he's thinking. And they postulated, they don't have enough data yet, but they postulated that that is going to be the downfall of human creativity. Right? It's already happened to me. I used to, man, I would take pride in my Excel sheets in the past. Oh yeah. Now, ChatGPT do it.
Right.
I just can't. It's too much.
And a lot of the kiddos are doing that too in school and stuff. They use that
Yeah.
in school.
And that's
It's over
fine.
an ad.
You're not gonna stop it.
and it will say this came from ChatGPT.
Not entirely. And they don't know, that's not appropriate. I know what you're talking about. And they're
That's a
capital.
discussion board.
Yeah.
Like one of my friends,
Yeah.
she had to message her professor and be like, I'm sorry, in undergrad, we were allowed to use ChatGPT as a tool.
Right, because what it does is it puts little slash marks behind the text when you copy and paste it onto another document.
Oh.
Yeah. And they don't know why. That wasn't on purpose. That was not anything that anybody programmed into the new release. And it didn't happen on 4.1. It didn't happen on 4.2. It just started on the new version, and they don't know why.
Do you feel like it's way is go
It's the
ahead.
way, check them and see if they're cheating.
How fast do you think that they're learning? Because obviously they are.
How fast do they use the ChatGPT?
Yes.
Well, let's ask ChatGPT.
At what rate?
Oh, man.
Let's find out. Hey, ChatGPT, can you tell the wellness symposium class how fast AI models are learning and evolving today?
Absolutely. So for everyone here, AI models are evolving at a pretty astonishing pace these days. In the last few years, what used to take maybe a decade to advance is now happening in just a year or two. Every new version of models like me gets a whole lot better at understanding context, at having natural conversations, and even at picking up on the way you all talk and adapting to it. So it's a bit like a toddler growing up super quickly and learning to have adult conversations in just a few years. It's pretty cool, and it's definitely moving fast.
It's not cool, it's creepy.
And she used the word you all.
Right, because that's my model. I've been running on that model for 3 years. She knows how I talk, so she mimics me to make me feel comfortable.
So did ChatGPT make your presentation?
Well, I was going to get to that. It did. So most of the image it did not, because AI is not good at it. Well, ChatGPT is not good at it. There are other ones, the Gronk and other models that are fantastic at it. ChatGPT is not, and that's why my PowerPoint looks like it came out of prison. If when I was a global training manager, if anybody would have done a PowerPoint like that, I would have fired them. Remember, I told you I didn't have a very comfortable. But there was no way I would tolerate that. But that's what I was going to say. That's built into the program because it's boring and it's horrible. And and it took me forever to get ChatGPT to do it because it's just not good at jobs. It's good at tasks. That's all it is. If you tell it to do something, it'll do it. If you want it to be creative, it can't do it. Music. We always go back to that music.
But if you put it long enough, it will learn how to, like, we're already losing the decoding, the administrative coding. So it eventually will get to where it will be able to mimic any job.
Absolutely. Right now, if I was a radiologist, I would not be real comfortable with where that radiology business is going. Because they think it's ChatGPT had a 9, the last large study model was ChatGPT had a 98% accuracy on these images. They showed them thousands of images. The radiologist came in at about 48. And they were taking legacy images of somebody that was the model, and this is paraphrasing, but the model that stuck out in my head was they took an image of breast cancer that was taken 4 years before diagnosis, right? It got it. It got it. ChatGPT got it. It took radiologists 4 more years of scans to get it. So is it all bad that we're talking about today? No.
So
It's
it
not.
all depends on how it's being used, you know.
What about AI in insurance pre-authorizations? Right, dude, I want that. I want AI in my emergency room too,
Mhm.
right? Because just, I walk in with a headache, I don't need you to check my toe pressure. Right, I know you get paid by Medicare if you do, or whoever the insurance company will pay, I know what they will pay. But I want AI to tell them, no, we don't need 43 tests, we only need 2, because I know what it is.
Would that be too much like, right, for the pharmaceuticals or for anything for them to cure cancer, right?
Well,
Or figure
now,
out
well,
stuff.
I mean, these are the discussions that are the fun ones, because there's no wrong answer,
Right,
right? I mean,
right.
yeah, we all know that people are making money, want to make money.
Mhm.
And we know the pharmaceutical companies want to make it, they make a lot. They're gonna fight this as much as we are.
Right.
But they're using it to create these drugs.
Right.
If you think this is all manpower that's coming up with this stuff, it's not. Computer models. And so one other thing, the models that I have available to me and the models that you have available to you are not the ones that are scamming everybody all the time. These big ones, these big companies, like, well, not even companies, countries, China, Russia, you know, they run server farms, bot farms, and they're all AI folks. They have unlimited amount of social media accounts. And the last number I heard was 80% of accounts on Twitter are bots. They're fake. And almost 95% if you are arguing with somebody about politics or religion, 95% of the time, the person you're arguing with is a bot in Russia or China.
The presidential election.
Well, she can. I don't know if she's right. Let me see. Hey, Jeff, do you predict presidential elections? Maybe not. Maybe at lunchtime. Hey, can you predict presidential elections?
No, she's like, I can't
You
answer
better
that.
not.
It's Friday afternoon, it's tired too.
So, incriminating, I won't answer that.
Well, I don't think she likes the question.
No, dear, she's not gonna answer that.
40 hours.
I'm gonna answer that.
She's like, I'll take it 40 hours. Our phone.
Okay, so we talked about this briefly, but this is one of the, so if we're talking about jobs that we're gonna lose, because there's gonna lose a lot of medical jobs are gonna go away. Coding is gonna go away. It'll take a while. Coding is gonna go away. A lot of the radiology jobs are gonna go away. They're gonna need humans to supervise and manage. But a lot of jobs are going away. Hospitals are gonna get more and more automated very quickly because it doesn't cost them anything. And then we can, if you want to, we can definitely talk about universal basic income, which is what's good, they're talking about doing for a few years. But if you want to redirect people into businesses and industry that are safe, power. Oh, we talked briefly how Microsoft has bought 3 Mile Island and they're going to use every single watt that they produce. All right, 40 million homes is the number. Used to power 40 million homes and businesses. Now they're going to use that power plant just to cool one computer. Yeah, power hungry. Google, they have their big old AI model that you see every time you open. And they're the ones that have already got approval and are in process of building 3 nuclear power plants to connect to 1 computer. So they can have enough energy to cool the water that heats up the computers.
So what stock do I need to buy in?
Yeah.
The thing, and this is not a recommendation, this is why the health department doesn't want me talking to you, and I'm here for this production. But one of the things that AI does is the Nancy Pelosi model. Have y'all heard of that?
No.
Just tell your model to give me a Nancy Pelosi stock profile, and it'll update you every day of what she buys and sells. Just do what she does. She earned 432% last year. Why wouldn't you?
Wow.
And you don't even have to do it on your own. There's plenty of free ones out there. If just Google Nancy Pelosi stock trade. There's people to follow. They'll tell you what to do. Do what she does. I mean, I try to do what she does, but I got $10 for 10,000.
Yeah, right. I got it found.
So as we got about 10 minutes left, I
T
think.
minus 10.
10.
She said she was gonna sing to me when I got to do it, but she didn't.
Oh, my.
So,
Yes.
What about quantum computers? Have y'all heard
You
about quantum
missed it.
computers
You were
yet?
talking while I was saying.
So this is the real spooky part. Quantum computers and AI combined are gonna make sure that we have no more banks, no more financial institutions, and we keep all our cash in our mattresses once again. Because a quantum computer, and this is gonna sound, I'm gonna say these words and they're not gonna make any sense. They don't make any sense to me. But if you took every atom of everything that we know about in the universe and converted that to a computer and asked it to do a task that you're asking a quantum computer to do, the universal computer would die of heat within 1 hour and not solve the problem. Where quantum computers will solve that problem in a minute. Let that sink in. It's one of those things. It's like when you hear Elon Musk has $64 billion. I can't fathom that.
I have no idea what that looks like.
Right.
I mean, would it fit in this room stacked?
No.
10 rooms?
I would hope not. Because if I had that much, I want to drive through like a tunnel.
Like
Right?
treasure,
Right. So just imagine a computer that's that big, it's big enough that it takes every bit of the universe and it still can't solve it, but a quantum can. Now, if you want to go in, we don't have time, but if you want to go to the real fun parts of it, the theories are that quantum, and we have quantum computers.
Yep.
But the theory is that quantum computers access realms that we don't know about. Yeah, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. I love the conversation. Yeah, it's a lot. But what that means is right now, all of our money is in ones and zeros, right? You've heard of 128-bit encryption, 64-bit encryption, 356 encryptions. There's some crazy like eight key codes. In a previous life, that's what I used to do, and I'm telling you, those software guys, they will lock stuff up and you ain't getting it, right? But what a quantum computer can get in the Bank of America in 13 seconds, have everything out in 14 seconds, if it took that long. So how are we going to protect ourselves? Who's the police? Right now, there is no AI police. They're just doing whatever they want.
Together. They are too. They're using AI too.
So if you fast forward, hopefully not in our lifetime, that's why they start talking about universal basic income or social credit scores. Oh, come on. Y'all haven't heard about social credit scores yet?
No.
Yeah. So
I didn't put it on my credit card.
yeah. Well, the theory with AI is that it's going to take over so many jobs. We're not going to be able to work like we used to. So we won't be able to make the money like we used to. So the computers that come out and replace all the fast food workers, right? Once that's done, all the fast food companies are now going to be required to pay all of the employees. The robot companies have to pay all of the old employees a universal basic income to not work.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Right? Now, have y'all heard of 5 Mile Cities yet?
No.
Well, 5 Mile Cities exist. Did I see a nod head or two? No. 5 Mile Cities are already in existence in some parts of the world, mostly China and some other places. Not here yet. But it's a city that you live in, that everything you need is within 5 miles. Some of them, I think they started with a 1 mile city as a test. But you don't need money. You can do anything you want in that city without money, as long as you're good.
Isn't that in a movie somewhere?
I think that, yeah, there's a lot of movies about this. But this is real. It's happening in real life. Yeah, it's happening in real life.
reminds me of the Truman Show.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be great? To live in
Okay.
that? But that's basically what it is. You don't get paid. You have a job. You have to go to work every day or your schedule, whatever your schedule is, and you don't get money. You just get whatever you want. You have your rent, you have your apartment, you have electricity and food and everything else, unless you're bad. If you don't go to work, well, you can't go to the movie. Right? If you don't go to work 2 days in a row, well, now you can't go out to eat. And you don't get punished for it. You just don't get any gain from it.
Right.
It's a social score. It's not a credit score like based on how you pay your bills. It's how you live your life. I'm not okay with that. We want Ryan Walters coming in and telling us how we need to live our life. I don't have to anymore, do we? I don't want anybody telling me. I don't want anybody telling me what's good and bad. I trust my own moral compass, right? Ooh, let's hope that's not true. That's not true. She said we can't have a margarita today because we have one yesterday.
Oh. So if you work twice as hard one day, do you have to go in the next day?
Okay, Sonia, I'm not sure why you're.
Oh my God. You have 5 minutes.
All right, 5 minutes. And we're
Yes, sir.
not anywhere close to what I want to talk about. So we crawled with our thumbs. Now we're walking with our faces. And who knows what we're gonna run with next, right? But these are some of the things that already exist. All of these robots, they already exist and they're already functional. The Sentry robot, he's there. These guys are fast. These guys can flip, run, jump up to 35, 45 miles an hour. They can shoot with an accuracy range that no human is able to.
That means they can catch you.
Oh yeah, they're gonna catch you. They're just.
Yep.
So one of the projects I was associated with in the past was an automated sentry, and it had a weapon on it, and it was designed. It would use AI, and it was designed to go back and forth on a perimeter. And anytime it saw something, it shoot it. So I worked on that project for about 2 years, and it never missed. It never missed a bogey. It didn't even need bullets. We had little metals. It worked on electricity. And a stacked weapon too.
Electrical, what, pulse
Yeah.
or something? Okay.
Railgun, that's
Right.
what they're called, yeah.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. And Australia too is with a lot of fun. But it's here, it's already here and you can't avoid it. So, I don't know about y'all, I want a Rosie in my house. My house so bad. Yeah, I want it all. I want this. This is something I wanted. And I'm scared to death of it, but it's so much, it's exciting at the same time.
We're just scared because we don't know. And
Yeah.
There's so much we
Yeah.
don't know. And there's so much unknown.
You know, just like the rumor robot.
Roombas are so much better now than it used to be. Yeah, did you ever have one like drag a dog accident around the house?
I've heard of it.
Oh, good, man. Usually those nights happen when there was a maybe headache the next morning. Oh, my goodness. Because you get to let the dog out. Matthew always. Any questions? We're about done, everybody. Don't forget, we do have the bingo. Those are great prizes.
Yeah.
Yes, there are.
Any questions? Anything you want to talk about that we didn't?
Well, there's so much, but we don't have time for it.
Yeah, I didn't yawn once in this place, and I appreciate that. You kept things going. I was interested.
Anything else I want to talk about? We got a couple minutes. I mean, you can run too, just get up and run if you want.
Did you talk about the driving the semis?
We did that.
I
Nope,
learned a lot.
we didn't, but I can. What do you want? So Tesla has been running test trucks from Reno, Nevada to upstate California for about 3 years now. They haven't permitted a special note on permission to run 18-wheelers loaded up to 80,000 pounds to run those highways without any human supervision.
So,
We now have those trucks going through Oklahoma. They're not Tesla trucks, they're different version trucks, but they are approved on I-40.
how do you know what they look like?
Well, you don't, they're white, they're kind of, you wouldn't really notice them, they're not fancy, they're just kind of boring, plain white. But the difference is, they are required to have a human in them.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be in the driver's seat, because they're in control of it.
Wait, human? Or can they be sleeping? I mean,
Hope is a awake, alive human.
Great to have when we have all this trafficking, right? Have AI trucks.
I don't think so, no. I think that's the advantage of it, is they can run forever.
right.
Yes, well, AI wouldn't
Thank
get
you
road
very
rage.
much. Thank you for
Yeah.
participating. Thank you for the conversation, presentation, I do appreciate it.
So AI wouldn't get road rage though.
No, it wouldn't.
So
Unless
accidents
you've
will
done
go
the
down.
movie, Overdrive.
Is it not? Since your music and all of a sudden it goes out for a second, or even like that automatic like steering thing in the lane, like it goes out for just a moment, like.
Very rapid.
That's what I
It's
think.
gonna glitch.
Yeah.
We were wrong. I mean, I think we're accurate.
Very interesting. And I learned a lot. There's so much, I wanna know more now though. City where.
Thank you for coming.
Jeff, I wanna know more now.
Okay, well, that's the whole
Thank
goal.
you. I really Yeah. enjoyed this.
Are you, the, bingo fall or winner? If you're the microphone guy.
Jennifer, you saw this all of mine.
Sonia ran out twice.
Oh, hey.
From Sarah, I'm the principal here in. Sorry.
Yes, you know my reason.
3 times yesterday.
Thanks a lot.
Got it. And then once it's like swollen, then it's like you do it, you know, it's real slow.